I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
We've all seen it by now, right? Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker, likely a bought and paid for prop by Leonard Leo and the Federalist Society, gave this dog speech.
This stupid NFL player is so tone deaf. He got up in front of a group of graduated college students who are probably in years and hundreds of $1,000s in debt because they just got their education, and told them, hey, if you have lady parts, you just wasted your time and money because you don't need an education. You serve the purpose of sitting at home, pumping out babies, and waiting for your man to come home. Not only did he disrespect career women and every woman in that audience who just got her college degree, but he disrespected his wife and stay-at-home moms everywhere because he made it out to be that their job is to stay at home and sacrifice their dreams to take care of their husband and to be a homemaker so their husband can fulfill his dreams. That is not the purpose of a stay-at-home mom.
Mariah Rose, a rising star in sports media, gave a passionate, thorough, and honest take, rebuking Butker's speech.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
Butker, who has had many rumors of his conduct while in college come to light, essentially told women to stay in the kitchen. Meanwhile,
imagine being a professional football kicker whose job is to play less than 20 seconds per football game, which comes out to less than 6 minutes per season, which over a 10-year career is less than 1 hour of actually doing your job. And thinking to yourself, I'm an important person who does an important thing. So important, in fact, I need to tell a room full of women about to enter the workforce that their job is to have babies. And they're the one who have had the diabolical lies told to them?
TikToker Zach Atherton puts it all in perspective.
Isabel's dream of having a career might not have come true.
Yeah, gee, wonder why, Harrison? This guy is a living, breathing example of how many weaponize their religion and use it as a tool to discriminate against others. It's pathetic, yet here we are.
I'm a surgeon, and I also happen to get married 2 years into my surgery residency. This is your daily reminder that women are not just good at being wives and mothers, and that female surgeons have shown over and over and over again, statistically, to have better patient outcomes and lower mortality rates than male surgeons. So let's just get over this idea that women only have a place at home. It's 2024. What in the Handmaid's Tale is going on?
Well done to Emily Long, MD.
As a group, you witnessed firsthand how bad leaders who don't stay in their lane can have a negative impact on society.
Incredible, as this know-nothing's whole speech was about not staying in his own lane. Remarkable.
Really, kicker? You have the audacity to stand on that stage in a position of leadership at that graduation, criticizing leaders who don't know how to stay in their lanes? Let's be clear about what your lane is. Your lane is being on a football field, watching a guy's butt until he hikes the ball so you can kick it. That's the only thing you're qualified to do. Your lane is not giving career advice or career shaming women who want to have careers or giving marriage advice. Your lane is if any of these women someday want to know how to kick a ball through 2 poles, that's for you. That's your lane.
Well done to Rob here as well.
It is only in the past few years that I have grown encouraged to speak more boldly and directly, because as I mentioned earlier, I have leaned into my vocation as a husband and father and as a man.
Sadly, this speech just kept going and going and going.
Yes, women, if you give up your careers, you too could have a husband who kicks ball, gets haircuts at Fantastic Sam's, orders from the kids menu, and networks in an airport bathroom.
10 out of 10. No notes, Cyrus.
I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother.
Possibly the best response was here.
See, that's really interesting because according to you and your platforms, life starts at conception.
See, Sydney McStravick might have just taken the cake. Kudos.
Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men. Do hard things. Never settle for what is easy. You might have a talent that you don't necessarily enjoy, but if it glorifies God, maybe you should lean into that over something that you might think suits you better.
My inspiration was the prime of Miss Jean Brodie. I really love Maggie Smith, and I really just wanted to pay an homage to her in between games. I'm serving you cankle. My ankles are my best freaking feature. How else do you think I am kicking these balls and making these goals if I didn't have freaking ankles of steel? I love a head-to-toe plaid, and I really wanted to pose with the worm from Dune. I'm sorry, I cannot hear you over the sound of my fierceness. Look at this freaking cream bag. It's my wife's favorite bag. Yes, my wife, it's her favorite bag, and she is in the kitchen currently making me dinner, which is where all of you should be right now.
On the platform known as John Arthur Hill TikTok, dude performs a massive takedown, which only continues.
But I believe that this audience and this venue is the best place to speak openly and honestly about who we are and where we all want to go. As men, we set the tone of the culture.
This is one of my favorite outfits that I ever wore. I wore this actually to the Incel Convention 2019. My grandma actually bequeathed this top to me, and it used to be her tablecloth, and my grandma and I were just like super close, and now it's a gorgeous little jacket. Game day! I really love this outfit. This like really brought out the highlights that I had in my hair, or maybe it was lowlights. I don't even remember. My wife does them. I wore this actually twice in a row. Don't judge me. And this one in particular, I had just had heterosexual sex with my wife. And then she cooked me dinner. I miss this bag. I can't find it.
They say the perfect TikTok does not exist. John says, hold my Butker bag. Before we get into it, if you can, please do become a channel member at youtube.com/TYT Sports and or go to tyt.com/join to keep us afloat. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate everybody doing that. Here's what I will conclude with. I think everybody needs to understand that Harrison Butker is simply a culture war guy. He went after Pride Month. He went after diversity, equity, and inclusion. He went after women aspiring to be more than just a homemaker, which is essentially telling them to stay in the kitchen. I applaud each and every person online who has ripped Harrison Butker, because he should be. But what I also take away from this is that this is exactly what conservatives want the future of America to look like. It is hiding behind this veil that men are under attack and men can't be men anymore, when really they are using their religion for bigotry. And Harrison Butker is just a perfect example of that. A man who has accomplished so much off the back of a black quarterback, a prominent one at that, a Hall of Famer to be. And without said quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, he wouldn't be winning 3 Super Bowls. He would not be up there at the commencement speech, being asked to speak as a commencement speaker without him. And yet, here he is attacking diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is just the new woke CRT boogeyman of the month. Lastly, it is very interesting to see the web pages associated with Harrison Butker being taken down, because there is a trove of information that would lead to him allegedly being linked to the Federalist Society and Leonard Leo. Leonard Leo, who is the leader of the Federalist Society, was also a commencement speaker. I believe 1 year before Harrison Butker, at Benedictine College. A lot of overlap. And I do continue to cling to Butker being a perfect prop for the right and a perfect prop for Leonard Leo. So we all pay attention over there instead of looking over here. Sadly, it is another day in American politics where the same people who tell us to stick to sports and tell Colin Kaepernick to shut up and not express himself and tell LeBron James to shut up and dribble are the same people that are applauding a man like this.